Hello and welcome along to part 41 of this FM21 Builder Nation story from Bangor City with me, Daniel. We're back today in domestic action after the European excitement earlier in the season, and that's because we've got our first cup final. It's the League Cup against Cardiff Met Uni, who have just dropped down to 4th after a strong start to the season, and we warm up by playing them in the league as well. The final game before the split, we're 19 points clear of TNS, but it's great to see the other professional side stamping their authority, getting clear in second, and hopefully joining us in building this nation. So if you're looking forward to this episode and the rest of the series, please do put a thumbs up on the video, subscribe down below and turn that notification bell on. You'll get alerts as daily content releases from 2 long-term stories, and we have got a cracker tomorrow in the head coach. Please do make sure you don't miss it. It's going to be a brilliant episode, and I'm really looking forward to it. I hope you are as well. There's 2 live streams a week from Dundee United. There's links to the podcast channel in the eye above, and thank you so much for your support with all of it. It really does make a difference. But of course, the other things we've got to talk about, the January transfer window is open. We have had our youth intake preview, and on both fronts, to be honest, it's a little bit quiet. If we go and have a look at the transfers, in terms of the history, only Hockenhull's gone out on loan. He asked to. He's gone to Newport. So sort of a Welsh club, but in the English pyramid. No Welsh sides came in bidding. That's such a frustration for me. Someone like TNS should be going for him. In terms of ins and outs from the club, we've rejected an offer from Hull for Paul Glatzel. Ethan Vaughan has been recalled by Pompey because we weren't playing him in his preferred position or role, but we've now offered to get him back on a free at the end of the year, and we'll try and buy him earlier if we can. We had a look at a keeper because we kept getting injuries to both of our first choice, but I've sort of made a decision on that, and Alex Reid may go out on loan too. I've made the decision sort of in the window that we could go out at this point of a Builder Nation and buy 15, 20, 30 players, but it's not going to improve the squad, it's not going to improve the cohesion, and it's not going to help us. So we're going to try and do it properly. We're going to build, only upgrade when there's proper improvements, or like we did with sort of Cottrell, Badebo, and now Ethan Vaughan. Get people in on loan, they're a success for you, get them back on a permanent. That's the plan that we're going for, or we're going to try and get a big upgrade. As it happens, goalkeeper's been very hard to do that, so we're not going to get anyone in just yet. And we'll probably have to live with Zabret for the rest of the season. Touch wood, he doesn't get injured before the European games again. But we've also been dishing out new contracts. We've offered loads to different members of staff who we still continue to increase the team of. In terms of players, not a huge amount going on now, but a couple have signed them already. So youngsters, Kieran Clark and Ryan Hughes, they've signed a year extension till the end of next year, as has Cian Gwenalt, because he'll still be third choice even if we get a new keeper. And then my only decisions are, can we get the other 2 back on loan, and can we get Bolton and Coyle to stay, or do we want them to go? We just don't know yet. Bolton's wanted by other clubs, so we have to face we may lose him. But with other players at the club, with the team doing well, I'm not quite so concerned about that. They're 2 players that haven't really featured this year. So that's the transfer and contract side. If we go ahead to the development centre, Richard Roberts is one I'm keeping an eye on. Maybe not so much in terms of this club, but in terms of the nation, he'll certainly be able to play lower down this division. But let's look at the youth candidates to see if he's going to be bettered. And the simple answer is no. It's a very poor crop of players, unfortunately. There are a lot of wingers, which doesn't help. The only positive is a position we don't use. There's no defensive midfielders, no good keepers, no fullbacks, no centre-halves, no attacking midfielders, and strikers aren't good enough. Not exactly what we wanted for our tactic. So a brief but disappointing youth intake preview, and now it's the Cardiff Met Uni double-header. Connors Key and Cardiff Met Uni fighting it out for that 3rd automatic European qualifier place, and TNS clear of the rest. We are keeping an eye just to see what they do, but at the moment they've not really been able to get a huge amount in. So this month so far they've only signed a young keeper who's not bad, but certainly not the standard we were hoping for. So we'll keep an eye on them on what they do. Fingers crossed more quality to come in, and hopefully they'll come along with us and build the nation. If we very quickly have a look at our schedule though, since you were last with us, just the 5 games, all in domestic action, which we won. A 3-1 win away at Barry, you saw that one on camera. Deansbrace and Cottrell there. Then back-to-back games against rivals Bala, a 4-0 away win, a Dean hat-trick and a Duffy goal, and then a 2-0 win and a home game with Duffy and Williams this time getting the goals. A 5-1 victory at home to Kef and Druids. Daniel Griffiths got one for the visitors, but not before a Harness brace, Glatzel brace and Ethan Vaughan too. His final game for us, in his first spell anyway. TNS at home, a 1-0 victory in the Cup semi-final. Jimmy Jarrett got a very late winner. They held on with 10 men, so Brett got a knock again. but we managed to get the victory. A good performance, a little toothless in front of goal, but nevertheless a very good victory. And we are in the final against Cardiff Met Uni next up. So let's get through the league game as the warm-up to this one. Hopefully they'll go all out to win this one, whereas we've not got to worry so much. No one with a heavy match load bar Cottrell, but he's still coming back to fitness. So we're going to start him, and we'll take him off later on if we need to. What I have done with the big game coming up is put in some of the first teamers again. So even press back in for Hughes at centre-half. He'll play this one and the next one, then have a little rest. And then the same in midfield. Ian Brooks, the best centre midfielder at the club. We've not played him so much because he was on loan. He's on a big wage that we'll never be able to compete with. But for now, he's going to play this one. He'll play the next one as well. Cannell drops to the bench. Benson gets a rest with Williams coming in a holding role. And aside from that, it's as you'd expect. A good subs bench, still the likes of Benson, Cannell and Glatzel there. Harness, the youngster Hughes, a lot of quality across the squad. So let's go and see if we win the warm-up. Cardiff Met Uni v Bangor, and this one is the least important of the two. Well, a quick intermission as I spilt half my drink down myself. No change of clothes, thankfully. But Bangor City away at Cardiff Met Uni. Gibbons and Williams up front, good players. He's not playing today, but they have still got Amadi Holloway there as well. Robbie Patton in midfield, formerly of Barry Town United. So they are improving the squad. And I think as we see Barry's players dot up at other clubs, that probably explains why they're not doing so well. A good side, Henry Jones on the bench, our former man, must be into his 30s now. But we've got to be favourites for this one. We've got to warm up in style. And Cardiff Met Uni have gone defensive. A back three in midfield, and just the two Lone Rangers up top. As the long goal kick finds Williams, who intercepts for Brooks. Two running off him in striking force. It's Dean who gets in. And with just 2 minutes on the clock, it is Bangor City who lead. A lovely through ball from Brooks back in the side. And Max Dean makes no mistake. 1-0 should be a comfortable win. And we're back again with a free kick, 25 yards out or so. I don't know who's going to take it. It's Max Dean again. And don't forget, we've only dropped 2 points all season against Haverfordwest as Max Dean puts it in the corner. The keeper got a hand to it, but it was perfectly placed and he couldn't do enough to get it round the post or over the crossbar. 2-0 with 10 on the clock. Max Dean scores both of them and the unbeaten run continues. Can we go invincible twice in a row? Or will TNS catch us out? As Cottrell puts an in-swinging corner in, Duffy loses out in the air. Falls for even press. Time on the left-hand side, back to Badebo. And he keeps the ball in the middle. No real urgency, because we've got that lead now. As Press gets it wide to Taylor. Up to Cottrell. Cottrell's through ball. Dean sneaks in. Duffy can't get to the rebound. Good save by the goalkeeper. I've got to say, Jake Taylor's really starting to improve now. Almost came in as the backup to Williams and Cannell. He's overtaken both now. Brooks is there as well, of course. There's a lot of quality in this side. As Brooks loses out in the middle there. Does try to win it back, but it falls for Gibbons and now Patton. Out to Richards on the right. Chance to go down the line to Gibbons. Into the middle to Dackers. Still time on the ball. We're not pressing relentlessly. We're trying to do it quite clever if we can. As Richards gets it on the right-hand side. The through ball is blocked. Falls for Brooks in the middle. Up towards Dean. Davidson heads away. Taylor will chase. Williams holds up. Look how deep the strikers are. Back in their own half there. They've got 2 left up on their own. And that means these long balls just go straight to the keeper. So Brett picks it up. It's easy as you like. And we still lead 2-0 with 23 on the clock. As Press picks it up at the back again. Into Taylor in midfield. We've broken the lines and the press just so easily there. You've got to be fair to them. They've pushed up, but it's not worked. As Jarrett slides in Duffy, he's through 1-on-1. And there's 3. 25 minutes gone. And it is going to be a comfortable win for Bangor City. A 3-0 lead then. I wouldn't say it's quite the level of dominance we normally have. Only 5 shots on target, albeit the hosts haven't shown anything. We've not gone on and had 10, 15, 20 shots like normal. So they are holding us a little bit. But a 3-0 lead and the chances they've given us are good ones. And we've made the most of it. Of course the free kick you have to count aside. But otherwise it's fine. Williams, we had a message for a tight hamstring there. There is absolutely no need to take a risk. So Luca Cannell will come on. And we'll just get Williams off for 50 minutes. As the ball comes in from Hankin, Duffy loses out in the air. It falls for Brooks who hits it and it's into the corner. A stunning strike interrupted by some sort of helicopter. But a wonderful goal indeed. 4-0 to Bangor City. And this has been the perfect warm-up we wanted it to be. Brooks scores a screamer, Cannell's on, and we just hope Williams hasn't got a big knock. We took him off as soon as we could, and hopefully that'll be enough. As Cottrell gets the ball in swinging free kick, headed away to Duffy. The keeper's jumping all over the place, doesn't have to make a save in the end. And we've got 25 to go, so let's make some changes. I'm going to give Badebo a rest because he rarely gets off and he's so important for us at the back. Ryan Hughes will replace him, the youngster. And then it's whether we take Cottrell or Taylor off. Both of whom are a bit tight physically. We could leave Taylor out next week, so I'm not as worried about that one. What we'll do then is we'll take Cottrell off. We'll bring on Glatzel or Harness. It's going to be Glatzel. Duffy drops to the number 10. And there we go. We're 25 minutes to go. It is all hands on deck. And let's try and make it 5 or 6. Well, that is what you call a comfortable day at the office. 1 shot on target for Cardiff Met Uni, 11 for ourselves, comfortable in possession, comfortable with the scoreline, and a 4-0 victory to warm up for the cup final. So same fixture next week. Cardiff Met Uni have got a chance to bounce back, and we've got a chance to win our first trophy of the season. Hopefully we'll have Ethan Vaughan back at the club by then, and fingers crossed we'll add silverware to the cabinet. I'll see you in a minute. It's cup final time. We've got both goalkeepers available. Even Press and Badebo both went down with illness during the week. But that doesn't matter so much because we've got 2 new signings. So let's go and have a look at the transfer history. Firstly, the other out is as expected. Alex Reid went to Oldham, £750 plus his wages paid. We can't complain. He's not going to come back, I don't think. He's not that good. He's not improved so much off the pitch as we'd hoped. And his personality has halted his development in the end. So him and Hockenholt likely gone for the long shot now. But we have replaced them with 2 players. We talked about Ethan Vaughan coming back on a free at the end of the year. Pompey only wanted £5,000 to make it permanent now, so we've just gone and done it. A brilliant signing for us, 2.5 star ability, 3.5 potential. After a shaky start, has had a very good season for us, averaging above 7 in every competition. And 4 assists and a goal as well. He's been a really good addition. Not quite fit, so might not play in this one. I'm yet to decide, but a good addition and a good personality too. The other one that comes in, a lovely spot by our director of football on a free, Amari Morgan-Smith getting the credit again, is Owen Toll, a former Derry City player, played nearly 200 league games, over 10 games in Europe as well. He's a former Northern Irish under-21 international, and he's a very big upgrade on what we've got. 3-star ability, 3.5 potential, a right-footed centre-half, prefers to play on the right, which is fine anyway. And he just looks a big upgrade. With 3-star ability, he's a star above Press and Hughes. I know Hughes is developing, but still, a very good signing from Toll. All of the key attributes, solid as a ball-playing defender, not bad in the pass in fairness, and he's fairly mobile as well. So for £375 a week, the same as we were paying Reid and Hockenhull basically, that is a big upgrade. Vaughan's only on £600 a week. No one's breaking the bank, no one's breaking the wage structure, and we're keeping everyone well under that 4-digit fee. So we're going to close Bradley Gibbons down as recommended. Let's have a look at the lineup though. We've got Badebo, who is returning imminently, and Press in 2 days. So Press is an average susceptibility. It's only a cold at the end of the day. I think Badebo's the one we're going to risk. We're probably going to start Hughes today instead, and we'll put Toll on the bench, just in case we need a big hitter. We're going to have to drop Coyle and Bolton off, because only 5 subs in the League Cup, don't forget as well. Jake Taylor's got a heavy match load. He'll be rested. We'll bring in Benson. Williams goes into midfield. And the only option then is, do we go for Cannell instead? I don't think so. So Cannell will stay on the bench. Taylor will drop out entirely. Ethan Vaughan back on the bench for him. And between Cannell, Glatzel and Harness, we've got plenty of quality there. And we've also got plenty of flexibility. Cottrell's got a heavy match load, but I am going to risk him for this one. And then whoever we're facing next week in our first league game since the split. In fact, it's a Welsh Cup game against Keffin Druid, so we'll rest him for that. Cottrell's had a good spell coming back from injury, and we just need him to get through one more. So that's the lineup for today. It's a Brett in goal, Hankin and Jarrett the fullbacks with Hughes and Badebo centre-half. Benson comes back in midfield, pushing Williams up alongside Brooks, with Cottrell behind Duffy and Dean. Press drops out for Hughes, that's enforced due to illness. 2 new faces, including one returning one back on the bench. And of course we're bringing Benson back in, and that's because Jake Taylor needs a rest. A big game for the Welsh Cup final is Cardiff Met Uni again, and this time we have to win. Let's see if we can get on top then. A good side as we know. Amadi Holloway back in as we predicted. Williams drops to the bench, as does Robbie Patton. They've got Berkeley Akupong actually as skipper. He was at TNS in the earlier years. They have made some good signings. Was Lucas Murray with us as well? I feel like I'm not making that up. I'm sure the first year we had him, he was one of those fringe players who never got a game. But he was a good young centre-half, and if he's developed a bit, I'm sure he'd be a good addition for any Welsh Premier League club. But into the first half we go. It's a big cup final for us, because trophies is what this is all about. We've got to dominate domestically, or we're not going to be able to help build the nation. As Jarrett takes a throw in, Thomas heads away. Out as far as Benson. He goes left to Jarrett. Back to Benson again. That's a lovely strike. Good save. And Max Dean's in on a rebound. Wonderful effort from the holding midfielder. Brilliant goalkeeping. Although it says he's at fault. Should he have palmed it away? It just looked a good reaction to me. Through a bunch of bodies. And Max Dean in at the ready. Another goal for Max Dean. Another cup final lead. And it's 1-0 to Bangor City. A good start for us so far. But it's a free kick on the right. Penny takes it for the hosts. Over the top to Gibbons. What is the keeper doing? Gregor Zabret, where have you gone? 20th of the season for Gibbons, but that's not even half the story. Gregor Zabret ran out to get it, got nowhere near, and left the angle for the finish as well. Terrible goalkeeping. It's 1-1 here. And that is not what we needed. And here we are at the back, playing out with Zabret to Badebo and now Hankin into Williams. I'd like to get back in the lead before half-time because it could lead to nerves. We have bottled some big games before, albeit not as we've developed this squad, but you never know. As Hankin gives it to Williams. Over the top to Duffy, brilliant run, and just nicks in ahead of the on-rushing keeper. It is Cardiff Met Uni 1, Bangor City 2, and the cup finals back on the cards. Williams gets a brilliant assist there, and hopefully that proves we made the right selection. You've got to say, Cardiff Met Uni put up much more of a fight today. 2 shots on target already. Had some chances aside from the goal, but it's not going to matter if they defend like that. Lucas Murray fails to clear it. Cottrell blasts over. And it probably should have been 3 there. But at half-time we lead. We've got loads of fans in that end behind the goal, and they are enjoying the occasion. We hold the slender advantage as we go into the second half. And surely we're not going to throw it away. If we get another 1 or 2, we might even get a debut for Toll. Well, we've reached the hour mark. Remarkably, we've not had a good match rating for Daniel Williams, who got that stunning assist. Cottrell's tired and he's not playing well, so Glatzel on for him with Duffy in behind, as we've done before. In defence, Badebo struggling a bit. He is ill, so let's bring on Toll for his debut. We'll save the last sub 5 more minutes, but it's likely to be Cannell for Williams. Well, we've got to the last 20. We're just going to see out this highlight. It's actually Brooks who's a bit more tired in the middle there. So I'm going to bring on Cannell for him, I think. Though Gibbons has got on from the flick on. It's a good block in the end by Hughes. Amadi Holloway, good target man play there. Did that for us on occasions. Not consistently enough. But there he's caused a bit of hassle. We're going to replace Brooks. We're going to bring on Cannell. And we have got 17 minutes plus stoppages to go. This is far closer than we would have liked. And again, the host coming forward. It's a through ball to Gibbons. And Zabret has to make a good flying save to his left. That could have been 2-2. Jack Hankins starting to look tired, as is Jarrett. A few of the legs starting to go. But we're holding on. It's still 2-1. And with 5 to go, it's been far from vintage stuff. A 4-3-1-2 now for the host. They're really pushing men forward. But I think we're going to hold on. We're through stoppage time. We've got a minute left to go. And it's a long goal kick from Cardiff Met Uni. Toll heads up. Not really away though. Berkeley Akibong down the left-hand side. The last thing we want is extra time, but it's intercepted well. Williams gets there. Dean skins his man, and now he's got a free run on goal. And Williams tips it wide with a wonderful save. And I think that's just about it. Hughes in the middle with the ball out wide. Cannell's going to get there. The 4 minutes of stoppage time are up. Cannell's cross is headed away. Williams gets there on the right. One last chance for Cardiff Met Uni. They put up a brilliant effort in this final. Hughes chases it down, beats Gibbons there. And Zabret gets it out to Toll, to Hankin. Long ball downfield. We're just waiting for that whistle. Max Dean up to Duffy. Glatzel's with him, but Duffy goes alone. Beats his man and then he's challenged. Harrington hoofs it away. It's out for a throw-in. And that has got to be it. Why on earth has the whistle not gone? We've not really seen much stoppage in extra time. And we're still playing for some reason. Dean's cross is blocked, it's out for a throw-in. And we've now played 1 minute extra. The final whistle does go though. It's a 2-1 win for Bangor City. And given how comfortable the league win was last week, that was anything but. A brilliant effort, some great chances for Cardiff. But we nick it. It's 2-1 to Bangor City. It's a good result. And we are going to lift the League Cup. We bottled it last year, we went out early, but this year it is back in the hands of Bangor City. We win the Nathaniel MG Cup, the first of many this season I hope, the league to follow, and fingers crossed even the Welsh Cup as well. We're flying in Europe, we're doing well domestically, and this Builder Nation's really taking shape. A comfortable victory, albeit a pretty narrow one, and the first trophy lifted of the season. The lads are pleased, we dealt with injury, we got a debut on for a new centre-half, and with a little bit of transfer news, we continue to improve the squad. And that is a really good sign moving forward. A fantastic achievement for this football club. Another bit of money, some more accolades across the board. and let's go and have a look at the schedule, because I think you know just as well as me when we're next going to be back. Forget the league games, forget the Welsh Cup 4th round. We will be back for the Europa Conference knockout round. Our first season of group stages has led to our first season of knockouts. We edged through despite defeating our final group game, and we faced the mighty Sparta Prague. We'll be back on the 20th of February for that one. But if you did enjoy this episode, the doubleheader including the cup final win, please do put a thumbs up on the video. Let me know what you think of the couple of signings, particularly the new face at the club. And subscribe down below and turn that notification bell on for daily FM21 content. We've got 2 live streams a week in addition to all the daily videos, and there's links to the podcast channel and all the playlists in the eye above. But a massive thank you for watching, your continued support with the series as always, and I'll see you next time for a big European tie.